the peel, the Aghanims, is really good versus the Naga. So a lot of things not going in the way of Bait. So Bait are going to have to rely off the snowball, have a good laning stage. Their lane should be good. Naga is quite good against the Night Stalker in the laning stage. Peel is a counter to Mars, but that's in the game. The laning stage is still pretty annoying for Peel in all cases. The hero's generally weak in the laning stage. So your lane should go pretty well if you're on the side of Bait, just based off of your draft. And you got to turn that into a snowball.
Okay. Well, let's see if they're going to be able to do that for the boys on Bait. Navi. A aggressive smoke once again from them. Going to be deep inside. So they do have full vision of how they would look to try and set up this team fight. And they're going to be rewarded thanks to the ward on the cliff. They'll get first blood. It's going to be PMA that finds it too. So, I mean, you were just mentioning that, this could be, a bit of a difficult lane here for the Night Stalker. Now he's going to have 370 gold, and it's going to be a Wraith Band that he's actually looking to go for instead.
And we were talking about how difficult of a game this is for a Storm Spirit. Yeah, it just gets harder there too.
So I really wonder on what the build is going to be from Dendy. I know you mentioned just before with the items that we can see out of focus, how Orchid is one of the common for him and very good versus the puck. We know Storm has always been pretty heavily counted from the puck. The times I've been more impressed by this matchup when Storm's been able to play it is when he actually just goes Orchid first and shies away from the Witchblade into whatever it wants to be, Kai Sanj, etc, etc. I've been very impressed on the Storm's actually been, I think mainly it was actually like Kiyotaka. I've seen some games where he's been Storm versus puck and has got an Orchid and has actually snowballed that matchup. So let's see if this is something Dendy wants to consider. It's very volatile, and again, like you said, the Naga is going to go for it anyway, so maybe there could be some redundancy with this, but I'm intrigued on what the build's going to be for Dendy.
Yeah, there's not a lot of itemization you can do. Like, the best defense is good offense, you know what they say. I think this might be one of those matchups where it makes a lot of sense. The other option is you just go for a Witchblade into BKB. And you just need to get that BKB. I think you need a BKB pretty early in this game. The BKB negates you from a lot of stuff in this game as a Storm Spirit. I don't think you go for it first item, so maybe a transition item into BKB, whether that's an Orchid, whether it's the Witchblade, whether it's a Kaya or something. Who knows, but the sooner I see this BKB online for Dendy, the better I'm going to feel about how his game is looking.
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt, we're going to see, how everyone else is going to look to itemize as well. When Stonebank's going to be able to get that blink BKB. We've also seen some Marses kind of dabble into the Vlads, game dependent, even seen some attempting to go for like the Mage Slayer as well. But are you just happy with kind of that cookie cutter blink BKB from Stonebank? You don't really want to see him deter into anything else?
I think it depends on how Dendy's game is going. I mean, I kind of want him to just get tanky. And Got the Juice is playing with the bottom lane. What? Well, I guess you guys didn't see that on camera, but Got the Juice used his W, microed away like one of the illusions, and just was completely AFK with the other two. And Simonin actually chased that illusion to right click it. It was just funny to watch. Nothing special there. But to answer your question, I've also seen some Mars go for the Vlads and Mage Slayer before getting a Blink Dagger, but obviously that's going to be on the greedier side if you do want to go that route. I'm okay with either of them. I think as long as like you're just making the right rotations, you're keeping up in farm, it's fine to go one or the other or both. But first item Blink, to me, it always kind of feels a little bit bad, because even if you do get one kill, you just kind of stop scaling. And Dota isn't a game. The map is too big where you can just like continuously keep getting kills with one Blink Dagger.
I think that's always been kind of the critique of Mars, though, right? Where this is a hero that is very similar to the Tiny, right? Where maybe not as much as but just the fact that you're a blink initiating hero, and if some of your rotations don't work out, all of a sudden your scaling potential, your net worth takes a huge hit. And one person who I've always been impressed by with his Mars is a Mars. This guy, I don't care what game he's playing, when he's on this Mars, he's somehow always top 3 net worth. It does not matter. And I don't know if this is a player dependent thing. I don't know if it's an item build type of thing as well, but We're gonna have to see what Stonebank is gonna pull out here, because it's gonna be a difficult game for Bay, all things considering with the matchups.
And it's definitely a player thing. If you look at players like Amar, he puts a lot of emphasis on the laning stage, and he puts a lot of emphasis on his scaling. And he's kind of like, you want me to be that guy who runs around? He's like, no, just screw you. I want to have a game. I want to be able to carry the game when possible. So he always puts himself in a position where he can be the carry. And that's a good thing, this patch. And that's why he's like rose to such prominence for a while now as an offlaner. And a lot of teams and a lot of players have like copied or replicated his style because they realize it's really important that your offlaner has a game. And speaking of having a game, Sumonin just got solo killed by Riddies on the Lion.
Alright. Stonebank now as well might be in some trouble. Another round of spells coming up shortly. With that kill going on, I was just paying attention to top lane. Was very impressed with the micro usage out of the illusions from the Naga Siren. You would have Mary just with the enchant slowing down the Snapfire, and then Focus would just send a couple of illusions over to the Snap just to help out with some of the harassment. So that's going to force Daze to make a trip all the way back to base to fill up on the resources.
I want to put a quick highlight on this Night Stalker's item build. This is a man that does not want to lose the laning stage. 2 Wraith Brands, 1 Bracer already. He realizes this lane is going to be difficult, and he is building items to make it so he can survive it. And guess what? He is surviving it. In fact, I think he just won the lane. It is nighttime now. He had even net worth. Now Naga doesn't feel confident going here. Mary Y is going to go to the mid lane and try and harass Nico a little bit. He doesn't really look at mid lane very much, but it looks like Dendi has taken the better end of this trade. If you do end up using your orb here, you could be in trouble.
We'll see. Mary Y is probably going to continue to stick around though. You have those power runes up in about 20 seconds.
Oh, they went on top lane.
Okay, yeah, they're making a dive.
Yeah.
TP is going to be too late. It's in fact, it's Dendi TPing too, so...
There's no way you kill this Night Stalker, right?
Double Wraith Band with the Bracer.
You don't.
Looks like it's not going to be the case. That is a huge rotation that does not go the way. It means that Dendi, one, TPU's mana completely gone, and will not get the power rune as well.
And Mars died bot lane all the while too, so... 4-0 right now. Less than a 1k gold lead. That's mainly backed off of just how well the CS department has been for Dendi in the mid lane. Just doing incredibly well in the Storm Spirit in the laning stage. And he had to, right? He had to have a good laning stage. And even though he got first blooded, you know, the first blood doesn't matter, right? It doesn't... He didn't miss any creeps. And all that bank went into the Night Stalker, so... Didn't really feed Nico very much in that regard. But level 6 on Puck. This is where things can get a bit scary for you. Especially if you have one rotation from pretty much anyone, right? It could be the Night Stalker, it could be the Lion. That might be enough to end up getting a kill here.
Are you even... Is there a side lane that you feel a little bit more confident for the Puck to potentially rotate to? Or you would like him just to go back to mid?
For now, he's only level 6. I think just focus on your farm.
See, no contestation with the Wisdom Rooms as well. Sonneman's going to be able to pick up his own. Of course, Daze was able to find the other one as well.
I'm really impressed with Dendi, actually. Like, this matchup usually isn't this good for the Storm Spirit. Normally, I can see a Storm coming ahead maybe a little bit in the laning stage, but typically not by this much. But it looks like something's happening in bot lane here.
And more top lane actually as well. Dive once again onto the Naga Siren under the tower. Focus. Gonna need another TP coming through, and it's not gonna matter because Riddies enters out of the portal, and now PMA potentially being able to chase down Stomminen as well. Looks like he will be able to make it up on the higher ground, but this Naga Siren, PMA, this item build from him. You said he's won the lane as soon as he got to the nighttime, and that's continued to be the case. And now Stonebank again is in trouble bottom as well. Riddies along with got the juice. Level 5 on the line. And, 3 points Earthspark is proving to be very frustrating for Bates off lane.
Yeah, it definitely is. And we talked about the Storm, not the Storm, sorry, the build from the Hood. The Snapfire, wow, I can't even get the hero right. Normally going for the little Shredder, but he's playing versus Naga this game, so rare case where you will probably pick up more points in that scatter blast.
Where'd the power ring go? Okay, Niku got it. Activated the arcane already. Looking to move over towards that top side of the map too. Bottom lane. Yeah, Puck's actually going to want to try and TP down. Now, doesn't have the greatest resources. Should eventually still be able to catch up the Stone Bank.
They got him.
And that they do indeed, so...
And that's at the tail end of that arcane rune too. So that coil was used with the arcane rune cooldown. Feels good.
Radiant's middle tower
Feels very
is under
good.
attack.
Only thing that might not too feel good is the fact that Beta are kind of setting up a trap for this Puck to path his way back over to the mid lane. Looks like Niku's been able to read this, potentially thanks to the Observe Ward around mid. We do see Daze getting some much needed solo experience as well. Bottom.
Where are you going?
Some Pokemon took up the juice. Nothing too crazy.
Nature attend us.
Oh, Niku
Oh,
actually. Hang on.
Simona's dead.
Alright. Wow.
Short-lived creatures.
Okay, that's under a ward with 4 heroes there, by the way. And they get a freebie. I think they were indecisive of should they be going or not. And honestly, they should have went. Dendi didn't realize, or maybe he didn't have enough mana. Well, he had 10 wand. I think he did. I don't think they realized that the cooldown for the W of Peel was on cooldown. And he could have easily got that kill. He may have died for it. But either way, that is indecisiveness.
Niku. Nice dodge of the bushwhack's going to be able to get out. Dendi's going to be pretty cautious, man. The supports both have their level 6. Of course, it's not going to be under threat at the moment. But the fact that you have some really big ultimates for NAVI Jr. to work with, that I'd like to see smoke. And they're going to look to do that straight away. Down to bottom, they want to try and move.
Behold!
Stonebank.
Invisibility.
He's going to be that target here off the back of these ultimates here from Daze and Riddies. Looking to try and slow down this Mars's game. Has got that Vlad's getting worked on, and that's not going to matter. There's the kisses. And he's a gone up. Not even going to need the finger as well, so they'll save that in the arsenal just in case for the further fight to break out.
Yeah, and that feels really good for PL. We talked about how good PL is this game. He gets a kill on the offlaner, and guess what? Midas was just delivered.
Wow.
So that's a Midas plus a kill. You're happy if you got the juice right now in this game. I'll tell you that much. One happy
He's
PL.
so farmed. He's so farmed.
Tower is under attack.
Oh my god. That was the big... you mentioned it, man. Like, you just can be... You know, sure, it looks like a good PL game, but, you know, still this hero has got some weaknesses inside the lane going up against a Mars and a Hoodwink. We've sung the praises a lot about this Hoodwink hero, but 3 deaths now for Stonebank overall this game, and, you know, PL is loving life in what his counterpart focus. Yasha completed, going to be working on the Manta style. Yes, this Naga is going to be able to definitely find his farm, but let's see what he's going to be able to do with, really importantly, that second item timing, like you were saying, probably being the Orchid.
And like the meta right now for Lion is Rush Shard, and that instantly kills every single Naga illusion that's in range. So you always got that going for you. And then you got to deal with the PL. Oh, the coil's been used. They have a finger.
It's a pretty good arena response, though.
Okay.
Stonebank, that's a great way for you to get yourself back into the game, and now Dendi as well has plenty of mana to be able to zip on over the top. Some big kills. In fact, they're the first 3 of the game here for the boys on B.
Oh, that was absolutely huge. The fact that Stonebank was able to land that arena spear on the Puck. If that would have not hit or got phase shift dodge, that would have just been Dendi dying. And Puck potentially just getting out. So getting 3 kills there, the mid laner, 2 supports, really big. And that's their first 3 kills of the game at 12 minutes into the game. So very important there. PMA, he's been pretty quiet. I liked his item build. He's got the safety bubble going too. I'm just going to mention that. So he has a range drop, 2 Wraith Bands, a Wand, and a Bracer, and a Safety Bubble. This Night Stalker's very tanky, and I think that's like his goal of this game. Just survive, get his farm, and then normally when the second nighttime comes rolling around, then he'll consider getting active. And if not the second nighttime, definitely the third. That's when he's going to be on full hunt mode.
They're going to be hunting, though, from Navi Jr. even without the Night Stalker. No Finger of Death to work with. Coil is up. Kisses is ready to go as well. Dendi's going to show on this mid lane. It's going to be the target. 1300 health they have to bring down. Instant snap of the core, but it's not going to matter. Really nicely done from NAVI Jr. Now this tower is going to be under assault as well.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Yeah, the tower's just dead there. I think Stamanen actually did a favor for PMA unless they can kill him there. PMA was trying to TP mid lane to ensure that fight. But with the Hoodwink, the Bushwhack just canceled it out. But Night Stalker's like, whatever. It's daytime anyway. I guess I'll just farm more up here. Why not? My net worth is looking really good. I'll continue to make it good as he is bringing what I like to call the storm killing item when you play Night Stalker. You go straight for that Blink Dagger. Now all of a sudden, it's really hard to play Storm. And that is flying out right now. And I think this is where Smoke is going to come out once he pushes the lane. And they're just going to go hunt Storm over and over again. And he is going into that Witchblade into BKB. But the road to the BKB starts now. He doesn't have a single component. He's going to be vulnerable until he gets to that point of the game.
It's going to be very difficult for you to be able to have map to play with. You have, you know, some rather kind of greedier supports, like Mary would like a lot of farm. We know the Nagasarian takes a lot of farm across the map as well, and then, you know, Storm's going to want some more of the defensive farm, but where the Vision's able to come into play, and like you said, this Night Stalker Blink, it's the item to be able to hunt that Storm down, so I have to see how they're going to be able to divvy up everything across the map, as meanwhile Bait, our northern jungle is in a little bit of trouble. Nighttime ready to go. PMA instantly looking to use that. A freebie onto the Hoodwink. They are trying to respond with some TPs, but yeah, that's not going to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, that was just nighttime use. It wasn't even Dark Ascension. And now this is the point of the game where PMA, he's probably going to farm a little bit less, I would imagine. He doesn't have to stop farming if they're happy with the game state, but I think going for some kills now would make a lot of sense.
Do you have a... What you would like for him to go is his item progression, because I'm trying to see, is it just a classic BKB next? Is actually hold that ready, his blink reveal. Niku, he's got the coil with the silence coming up shortly. Well, here PMA, you were wanting him to get involved, and he's going to do just that with the burst from the ultimates. Down goes Dendi. It is a long road towards the BKB here from the Storm Spirit, and it's going to continue to be slowed down even further off the back of these deaths.
Honestly, I have no idea what Night Stalker should go next. He already has such a offbeat build that the world is his oyster at this point. He could go an Armlet for all I care. And as long as he gets some more damage and survivability, I think that's good enough for me. And he's got a lot of options for that.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, there's... I know people were dabbling in, you know, the Echo Saber. I think even sometimes before the Blink. I mean, I don't know if there's... You can argue for a Mage Slayer. Ag Shard has always been one of the nice things for the Night Stalker. I don't know if you go that second item, though. There's a lot, like you're saying, there's a lot of things that PMA would be considering here at the moment. But importantly, just look how aggressive NAVI Jr. are posturing at the moment. Around this bottom side. There's a pretty good ward, though, from Bait around mid. So they are well aware of what's going on.
I think you want to go for one really big item that replaces the Magic Wand. That way the Wraith Band and Bracers tick in at that 25-minute mark with extra value.
You gotta get something off the back of the Blink from Storm.
Oh, what a silence!
PMA. Oh, beautifully done. Instant response. It's gonna stop the speed. And now Dendi, he zipped into the silence. Now the Hex is gonna be able as well. If they got the damage, Dendi's gonna go down. Focus. He needs to turn the tides, and he will be able to do just that. Bait was almost looking disastrous with the instant stance to prevent Stormbring's follow-up, but in the end they get some much needed kills, one onto the Puck and one onto the Night Stalker. NAVI Jr., they're not done just yet though, got the juice. First real fight that he's going to look to get involved in, pre-Diffuser Blade. Looks like Mary White making work for it, but you know, luckily enough there's a sentry placed up on the high ground to help out.
Not a bad fight, with all things considered. It's just the only problem with that fight was that was without PL. If PL is there, then all of a sudden that silence will result into damage. And I guess, was the cooldown on Snapfire ult or something? They did not have damage to kill this Mars in time. And that's the reason why that fight kind of just reversed on them a little bit. So good rotations there to make that happen. They still have a PL problem they have to deal with, but other than that, all is good so far. Stonebank, he's kept his farm up. He's doing pretty well on this Mars, having some good arenas. The Naga Siren getting really close. Pretty much has the Orchid now. Just going to finish that off in the core here in a minute here. And then now you can start getting active. The only problem is the timing for Naga getting active is going to pretty much coincide with the time the PL is going to start getting active. So we'll see which of these carries is going to have more of an impact here on these next couple engagements.
Another smoke from Bait. Summoning along with Stonebank looking to try and connect down bottom with Mary Y. And Dendy currently showing the lane. Radiant have a pretty good observed one on the cliff. Teammate pops the smoke and is actually going to be able to turn with the help of the kisses. Now Nico as well. Instant activation out of the haste. And they smoke this time from Bait. It's not going to work out.
That's a big kill too. Like, Dendy's been struggling a bit, as he should in this game, and Stonebank has been the one having a good game. And when you just die like that, you're putting yourself in a position where your game is getting worse and worse. So it seemed like it just won Mars' death, but unfortunately with the draft and how it is, this Mars death does mean a lot. And I think after that fight, PMA did realize that, like, you know what, if I had a BKB that fight, I probably would have lived. So instantly decides that's going to be his choice. He sells a Wraith Band, which is okay. He feels like he needs the mana, and the Magic Wand is the only way he can get mana in this game. So gets rid of the Wraith Band. I probably would have got rid of the Bracer, maybe, in hindsight, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter too much. BKB will help him be survivable. It's not going to help him a lot with his damage, but you know what they say: if you're alive, you can do more damage.
A lot more space as well for some of the other heroes like the Puck. Like this Diffusal Blade now from the Phantom Lancer too. So, see what the call is going to be. 2,000 net worth lead. Another even game, thankfully. You know, in our, like we said, first, second series, every single game there was very one-sided. Even game one of this series as well was very, very dominant for NAVI Junior. But we 20 minutes in, even game. And we spoke a little bit earlier on about the objectives from either side. Would we say there's someone who has an easier time of even like thinking about taking Roshan, or is this something that's not even going to be on the thoughts of Bait or NAVI Junior?
Oh, you can definitely do it on both sides right now. Just because PL, he can do it. It's really slow. Probably not even worth it. Okay. But for now, for either team, it's probably easier for Bait just because you do have Mars with the Vlads, and you do have Enchantress. So you have some way of sustaining the Roche. Like, one of the big things about doing Roche is the fact that if you can do it without dying, right? Without, like, Roche killing you or taking away your damage, that way you can fight right away. And it looks like PL's going to take a gate. Smoked.
Alright.
And Smoke is going to pop, but what are you going to do here?
Yeah, a little too late. No, Mary White. That's at least the person they're going to be able to catch up to. So
Mary White is always there to die for you.
I got you, brother. Don't you worry.
He's been really good at this series. He's been good at dying. not to say that in a rude way, but like on his venge, his swaps and everything, like he's in the right spot to make sure that, you know, the cores aren't dying. At least it's just a support.
And knows his role. Make a top lane.
Yeah.
Try onto Stomin, of course, with this very interesting spell on the Scary. Be more than okay. Actually, hang on. Are they going to be able to find the turn potential? Stonebank jumps over the chain control with only level 2, and Bushwhack was not enough, so Niku's okay.
Oh, I know what happened. Okay, so there's an interaction, right? And the moment you use your W, it pushes him out of Bushwhack. So what happened was he hit the Bushwhack, but Stonebank instantly pressed W and then broke the Bushwhack. Because let me tell you, that was not a 1.6 second stun. That was a microsecond stun.
I was looking and I'm like, I don't know if I just like I had a super long blink or something, and I just like, I don't know, after I blink, you know, the stun bar disappeared or something. I don't know, but what's going on? I thought it was going to last a little bit longer than that.
No, you're not crazy. It's just Mars Hoodwink have some anti-synergy that needs to be played around very carefully, or things like that happen.
Much needed kill potentially goes begging for the boys on bait, and it's only 1,000 gold. Like, we are a very, very even game. We're gonna see Focus now starting to play a little bit more creative here with the illusions. Eternal Shroud has been completed as well, so an item we're seeing a little bit more on the Naga Sirens, but nonetheless is still interesting. And importantly, we have a BKB from Dendi.
That's the big one. We have BKB on Dendi. Night Stalker, it looks like, does he have a BKB coming out too? He does, on the courier. The thing about this Night Stalker build though, it's like not very threatening. You have a Blink BKB. It's kind of like the Mars rushing Blink. But we'll see what they can do with here. And PL being active is the big thing.
It's not a bad start. It's going to be onto the Naga Siren. They should have the damage here with the Mortimer Kisses. If they need the extra ultimate, that's where the finger comes into play. He's not dead yet. No way. Gets the song off the last second. As Focus survives through every single ultimate PMA. That's no way you're going to be able to hunt him down inside the base.
That's Eternal Shroud for you this patch. Most all the damage coming from outside of the PL who just wasn't quite there. And this has kind of been the story of the game, right? Well, this is normal PL behavior. You're kind of just AFK till you get 3 slots. And he's on track for that, right? Manta's online. It's like, hey guys, you know, I'm farming. The moment I get my heart, I think it's the next item, I'll kill them all. And he's probably not wrong about that either. Don't make a mistake until then. But until then, yeah, this Nog with Eternal Shroud is just a bit too tanky when you only have magic damage. We talked about Night Stalker and his itemization. It doesn't do much damage. Not much at all, so. And that ward should get scouted out here. It should. I'm not saying it will. But that gets a lot of vision. I'm talking the ward inside the Radiant Triangle there. Just sneakily placed, I believe, on the Hoodwink.
Bad at all. Bottom lane, Niku. She being a bit of a nuisance on Dendi. Gotta be cautious though.
He wants to force a BKB.
Should be able to get it. There's the BKB out of Dendi. Wants to get the kill onto Niku before he tries zipped out the safety. Orb will keep the puck alive. Dendi, of course, will be able to get out of danger.
Very wide does that.
And zap him down. 3 charges now for Riddies. And another death on Mary White. Meanwhile, here an Orchid down. Mid lane, it's onto the Phantom Lancer, and yeah, he's okay. Actually, they're looking for a turnaround song.
No song!
Still on cooldown for 20 seconds, and he's not going to be able to escape as a result of this, so finally, we got a big kill, and it's going to be picked up from NAVI Jr. onto the carry on bait.
That's pretty much got the Juice's debut fight since the laning stage, right? And this is where he's going to start getting a lot more confidence in this game. Like, alright, we just killed the Naga. I'm on my way to Heart. Mino on the top lane. We're gonna chase down the Hoodwink. Navi Jr. on a tear now.
Map is really opened up off the back of those couple of kills here for the boys on Radiant. 4,000 net worth lead. Should be able to deal with some of their objectives too. We'll see what the call is going to be. I mean, Coil was back up. Finger 30-second cooldown. The big one, of course, that Dark Ascension being used for the kill onto the Hoodwink, but well, what would we like to see from Baker? Still, it's been a little bit more reactionary from them. We haven't really seen them trying to make too many aggressive plays. Do you want to see that change?
I want them to finish this Bloodthorn on the Naga and wait for daytime. And then once that happens, I think you force a fight at Roche with your vision. But will they let you get to that Roshan before they do it themselves at night?
Oh, that's PMA. Okay, yeah, that's you jumping a couple of heroes, you're gonna have to pop a BKB here. You do have Navi behind.
Alright, they're smoking up here.
I was gonna say it's not with the team. He's gonna TP in though. Be able to be ready for this team fight.
This PL is like 1,000 gold away from being a big problem.
Speaking of the PL, hang on a second, just jumps right into them. Oh, they missed the spear though. Is that going to cost them in the end? Because PL is surviving through a lot of the damage, still stuck inside the middle. They're going to be able to try and catch the real PL. It's not enough in the end though. Get some separation, being more focused though. Wants to go towards the backline, assassinates the Sapphire. Both supports taken care of on NAVI Jr. but now the Phantom Lance has gone completely undressed inside the team fight. They'll try and get the song off. Yours will cancel that. Any more control to stop focus. It's not going to be enough. Defensive song, TP out. Looks like he'll survive, but another successful fight for NAVI Jr. All they lose is 2 of their supports.
It was a very close attempt on the peel, but like, it doesn't get much better than that in my eyes. You find the peel. I guess you did miss some spear on Mars, but how do you hit the spear? It's so hard because you can hit 2 illusions with the shard, right? And there's just so many illusions that getting the real PL is almost unrealistic. And I don't know if you're going to get a better chance than that one. And even if you get him, oh, here's the big problem. Heart is now online. And on top of that, I think we're going to get another neutral item on the next Midas cast here by Got2, which surely he wants to cast at some point.
Invisibility.
No, what do you mean?
He's just going to get the old-fashioned way. Nah, he's going to ignore it.
I've
been there. I've been there.
Okay.
Come on, when you play Micro Heroes, sometimes this is you're not always on your screen. But yeah, that's not great.
Well, alright, we do not have a T3 neutral item, forgot the juice, it's okay. Dude, they want to play with a handicap, come on, man. I understand. It feels like it's just so good that Tier 3 neutral item is not even required at all for the level 20 PL. Are they poking high ground? Maybe just, I suppose, forcing bait back to try and some economic damage. But they're sticking around and...
I'm nervous right now. I'm really nervous. After last game, I don't know, guys.
Okay.
I don't know if you should be touching buildings.
This tower's gonna go down, though.
Structures are fortified.
Ooh.
I think you're gonna give Roche up for this. And I think they're aware of this. I mean, it's not the fastest Roche ever, and you can mass TP, and that's what they're gonna do. Scan is hit. And Naga's soloing this, by the way.
What's the call song?
He doesn't have the damage.
To kill within
No,
song?
he does not.
You need the Hoodwick to maybe hit it. It's not gonna matter in the end. Come on, Doppelganger's not gonna steal it. Focus.
He's gonna die twice.
It's an all or nothing play. You are in. You've committed for this ages, and now in the end you're gonna die twice unless bait can somehow keep him alive. But it will not be enough. No one even wants to attempt it. Because look at Niku. This puck acting like a zoning bodyguard, intercepting any reinforcements. Now he's caught them. A triple coil into the silence. They're going to be able to land the combo. They blow up PMA. Didn't even have a hope of activating the BKB. His bait somehow looked like that coil was going to be devastating on the retreat. But in the end, they'll get the kill on the Night Stalker. They'll get out as well. But really, importantly, that story, you lose the Naga and you lose the Aegis instantly.
Yeah, that... It's hard to formulate the words for what just happened there, but that seemed like a really desperate play. Like, you can't just do Roche like that, right next to an outpost. And those outposts cannot be captured, right? So, you always have the option to go to your side of Roshan to do it. There's 2 scans now, so scans always seem to be up. You're soloing Roshan. And where was Bait at? Like, half of them were defending the high ground. I guess that was part of the play. Navi Jr. doing a lot better. They're pressuring top lane. They see Mars TP. They use the scan bot at Roche. They're like, okay, there's no way Mars can get bottom. So all we have to do is go down there. And instead of like playing a bit more patient on Bait and just going backwards, taking the fight, they just do an all-in play, hoping to kill it in time. They were probably like, I want to say about 5 to 7 seconds away from getting that play off, where they kill the Roshan, get the Aegis, and TP out with the song. However, you do have to keep in mind that Night Stalker could, and theoretically, just press BKB and run in there and cancel your TP at any moment. Really risky play, didn't work out, but at least they don't have an Aegis on the side of Navi. That's some silver lining.
Alright,
but,
sure.
But at what cost?
At what cost indeed is his net worth, again, continuing to grow? Really just importantly, the itemization we're seeing out of Navi Jr. I mean, Niku's Maelstrom, of course, even DD in the bottle for this next fight, but into the Scepter with that Ag Shard, so it's going to be a further way to be able to help address the Naga. illusion spam and PMA is almost Shivas. So they are purely itemizing to really minimize the effectiveness out of focus inside these fights now.
Did you also cover the fact that Peel just finished a butterfly?
No, I did not. Yeah, alright, he's got butter now too. So you're ready to go. You're knocking on high ground. We saw that they did it prior, and you still got Glyph on cooldown for a minute 40.
Yep. The dogs are out. This one's looking a little rough.
You are... Stonebank's gonna have to do some crazy stuff here with the Mars.
Oh, the backdoor protection again. I've seen this story.
Oh. Alright, at least this time we got some creeps now, so... They are trying to cut top. Nicely done from Naga. Gonna send the illusions through. So yeah, but I mean, definitely this time you're not gonna be able to deal with it. Jump in, where it is. Straight to the Mars. They're gonna try and blow him up before the response. Stonebank gets the BKB into the... It's just not enough though. There's no more follow-up, but now with Enchantress, it's PL's time to shine. Focus is too late for the song. It's just used defensively, doesn't do anything. You can't use it aggressively, potentially turn the tides.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Yeah, and they're just gonna go down mid lane now. Yeah, just Naga's item progression, unfortunately, it has faltered. He has the Bloodthorn. He has all the items that in his toolkit that he should have, but he's feeling like he needs a Butterfly Disperser at the bare minimum just to be able to fight. Maybe a Heart as well. This Naga just isn't farmed enough right now, and guess what? PL is. PL's at the Heart Butterfly timing. He's even got a Disperser pretty soon if he wants to pick that up too. And once he gets that Disperser, oh, buy Bloodthorn. But keep in mind, Disperser you can target on your allies too, so whoever Naga decides to focus on, Peel will get their back and immediately purge it off.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Stonebank. Speed just doesn't connect on the barracks. I don't know if it even would have mattered with all the health they have to go through. Stonebank. And now Dendy as well is in some danger. They'll get the kill onto PMA. Focus now with the wraparound on the Naga Siren as well. But once the Phantom Lancer gets involved in with illusions, it's going to make it a little bit more messy. Navi Jr. will nonetheless still respect bait.
Yeah, we'll just back out for now. How did Peel's Courier die? Oh, it was giving him a Disperser recipe. Alright, he didn't lose his Disperser at least, so... For that next fight, when they try to do that to the Night Stalker, even though he has no BKB, the Disperser will be able to save him. Assuming Got the Juice is feeling, you know, generous to use it on his allies.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
You know, those greedy carry players. Sometimes they just think everything is theirs.
You one of them? Sophia?
Oh, I mean...
You,
Depends on what game I'm in. It depends if I respect my teammates.
okay.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And competitive games, of course, I'm there for my allies. In pubs, that depends if I trust you or not.
Let's see if Got the Juice is going to trust his boys, because they are looking to go once again. Grouped as 5. Ultimates at the ready. They retreating back to their side of the map though. Navi Jr. want to try and catch them off guard. They're not all clumped up at the moment. Gonna run into Mary Y first. And you just got to cut your losses. They kind of want to go in though. I mean, Hoodwink's starting to move forward. We'll force out a reaction out of the BKB from PMA. And meanwhile, Dendy down to the south as well. They're kind of toying with his fruit, but look at the chucking days. The use of the Godlock gets the spit onto 2, and now with the stun control into the damage. Focus is gone. A tip as well for good measure. Godlike streak for Got the Juice. Stonebank, he's gonna die too. As these are 2 heroes without buyback.
Is there beef or something? Why does he keep tipping him? I don't understand.
Dire's bottom
Come on,
tower
man. You just gotta get in the head. For a little bit of banter.
There you go, man.
Or whatever it be, I mean...
2 carry beef,
Jeez.
like, that's the thing. Like, they both want to play carry in pubs. That's where beef really starts. It's a mortal draft, baby, you know? This is a lot of beef in a mortal draft about
beautiful thing.
who plays what role.
Chantress? Alright, well, zap down and your hopes of sticking around for the qualifiers rely on a measly Storm and a Hoodwink.
Dire's
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to see Bait show some good things in this qualifier, and then all I really got was Bait winning a game they didn't deserve to win. But I guess it's better than nothing, as this game
Better
is
than nothing.
completely out of reach. They're gonna go cast some spells here, but it's gonna not.
Another nice spit in. Niku don't get the kill. I mean, it is onto a buyback. But what are you going to be able to do to be able to stall this one out? Doesn't look like it's going to be much. All the attention put onto the throne. Meanwhile, Dendy on the backline. Caught with a stun from Riddis. His line, it's been pretty on point so far in multiple games we've seen from NAVI Jr. I mean, you do have a Phantom Lancer falling relatively low. Focus going to try and reset the fight to set up for the bushwhack. It's back up here for the Hoodwink.
Alright, they got
That's
him.
enough to get the kill onto the Phantom. But now it means that Niku is got a free fight, and with the scepter out on the coil, all of the AoE damage, they get ripped apart. They've got some buyback gold to work with, and that'll enable Focus to be able to get the rebuttal into the triple kill, but it is a costly defense from Dire.
And I was thinking to myself, like, how can this Peel possibly die? There's, like, pretty much no chance, right? And you have to somehow chain stun him in an almost impossible manner. And yeah, I mean, got the juice. Kind of messed that one up a little bit. He had Doppelganger ready the whole time. I would say it was a little unfortunate, too. Like, Stomanen managed to get the bushwhack, right? Onto the PL. And then after the very last second of the stun of the bushwhack, Mars hit him with an arena spear without getting the Doppelganger, without getting the Manta off. And then after that, he got, like, chain stunned by the Storm. So everything that could have went bad for got the juice there had to happen. And the stars had to align, too. Like, you had to perfectly chain stun him for that to happen. The odds of that happening again, I feel like are pretty low, especially because Doppelganger does break the tree. So I think next time going into this fight, got the juice is probably gonna have to focus using his Doppelganger on the Hoodwink tree when he sees it, instead of saving it for so long, because that's, well, not the only form of control that you do have for Bait, but that's gonna be the big one. The other big one is, of course, going to be this, you know, Aghanims that's gonna come for Dindy. If he gets that one, that's going to be another good form of control. And in fact, if he does get that, an Aghanim's pull into a bushwhack could be a really potent combination.
Radiant are scanning.
Soon the issue is how long it's going to be able to take Dendy to be able to get this item, and unfortunately for them, Roche not going to have it for this fight though, which is the all-important one though, right? Roche up in 5 seconds, and NAVI Jr. 5-man lineup ready to go.
Yeah, he decided to make a pit stop for the Plasma over the Aghanims. Versus a Peel? It's hard to say if that's the right play or not, but it's the play he went for. We'll see if it pays off.
Focus. They continue to go down to the south, would have run directly into NAVI Jr. Well, what do you know? Mary Wiseball away from the team, but no one's going to run over the secret shop. They will lose this area down bottom, but I don't know if they're even thinking about controlling it with the large deficit they have.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Right. I hate to say it, you know, but like, we're in a late game situation, base trading. Can Navi make the right choice here?
Radiant's
I hope that they're cool, calm, and collected about this one.
Radiant's middle tower.
Should be straightforward. You get the
Good.
Aegis, and you go back and defend your base. Real clear-cut
Back now,
stuff.
Focus.
Radiant's middle
Ooh,
barracks are under
they got him though. That's the call. You might need to just song, because now with the ultimate out of Nightstalker, he will close the distance. Speed gives him some separation. It's not going to matter in the end, but the BKB is to get themselves away. Spit? No way. Okay, I mean, PMA would have got him anyway. I mean, well, at least to get Riddy's closer towards the Hoodwink. So Stomanen continued to be chased down. PMA will easily be able to gap close.
No buy.
And these are kills on the supports that have no buyback.
What's your move? Can Dindy buy an item right now that changes this?
is under
Yeah,
attack.
I guess you buy the Sange now if you want. Or your throne dies. It probably dies anyway, but...
Guys, you gotta do something. Stonebank. It's not a good enough arena. And the Earth Spike as well from Riddies. Dendy, he's not gonna get blown up, but still just importantly, it messes with the initial jump. A dieback for the Storm Spirit. The G's are going to get dropped. The Navi Jr. will eliminate Bait. There's definitely some banter. Nice try. I've not seen that one. There's definitely some interesting stuff that has gone on between these two teams, or got the juice and some of the Bait members.